In this class, we'll understand what are wrapper classes in Java. So as you know, Java has 8 primitive data types. Those are byte, short, int, long, float, double, char, boolean. These are primitive data type. But you know, Java is an object-oriented programming language. So sometimes you can't use primitive data types directly. You need to create objects out of these primitive data types. Scenarios like collections. Collections doesn't accept primitive data types. They accept only objects. So in these scenarios, there is a need to convert primitive data types to object types, and that is where these wrapper classes help. What are wrapper classes? Wrapper classes takes your primitive data type and convert it to object types. Like suppose you have a primitive data type int, you can wrap inside a class called integer. This is a wrapper class, so that you can convert the primitive data types to object types. You will see there are inbuilt classes that converts primitive data types to object types or wrapper types. Like byte, to convert the byte primitive types to object type, you have a class called byte. Similarly, short to short, int to integer, long to long, float to float, double to double, char to character, boolean to boolean. These are the wrapper types. I will repeat once again. What are wrapper types means? Wrapper type means you can wrap the primitive data type, or you can put the primitive data type inside a box. That box, suppose, is a wrapper class. If you see this example, we are putting int data types, which is a primitive data type, inside a box which is a class called integer, and this class is nothing but a wrapper class. Now, how to convert primitives to wrapper types? To convert primitive type to wrapper type, you will see here, each of these classes has methods called value of methods. If you use value of methods and pass the primitive type, it will return you the object type. Similarly, if you will see here, double has a method called value of, and you pass the primitive value, and the value of method will return an object of the same data type. So this is how you convert primitive to wrapper. So to convert to primitive to wrapper, we use value of method of that wrapper class. And to convert the wrapper class to primitive, what you have to do? Is you have to use value method over the object of that wrapper class. If you see this example here, integer object, this is a wrapper class. Now what we are doing here, and over the wrapper class object, we are calling a method called int value. Similarly, double wrapper class will have something called double value. Boolean will have something called boolean value. Character will have something called character value. So using those methods, you can extract the primitive from the wrapper. Suppose this is the wrapper class and there is a primitive inside it. If this wrapper class is suppose float, then what you have to do? You have to create an object of this. Then that object dot float value, if you will do float value, it will extract out this value. So this is how you convert wrapper to primitive. Now in Java, you don't have to always use these methods, value of for int value, value of for double value. You haven't to always use this. Java compiler can automatically convert your primitive to wrapper and wrapper to primitive. Java compiler can detect those things and do it for you. So automatic conversion of primitive to wrapper is called autoboxing. This is a primitive data type, right? Int a equal to 5. And when you assign a primitive data type to an object type, Java compiler automatically converts this primitive to the object type. This is called autoboxing. Automatically it boxes to the wrapper type. Similarly, automatic conversion of wrapper type to primitive type is called unboxing. You can assign a primitive data type, an object or wrapper data type to a primitive data type. Java compiler will automatically convert or extract the primitive value out of the wrapper class and assign it to a primitive data type. This is called unboxing. That's it for the lecture. In the next lecture, we'll see a coding session on this wrapper classes, autoboxing and unboxing. Thank you.